Curious what makes a hit toy or game? Well, in this video, I break down what made 3 hit toy and game products go viral. If you are an aspiring toy creator and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video about making it in the toy industry. My name's Azhelle Wade, aka The Toy Coach, and I've worked in the toy industry for over 11 years, designing and developing products for companies like Madame Alexander and Toys R Us. Today, I help mission-driven toy people make their toy dreams a reality with toy advice like this. On February 1st, it was announced that the NYTimes paid in the low 7 figures to acquire the game Wordle. Now, if you don't know what Wordle is, it's a website-based game that releases a single 5-letter word puzzle every single day. You, the player, has 6 guesses to figure out the Wordle of the day, and you're given color-coded clues that let you know if you guessed an entirely wrong letter, the right letter in the wrong space, or the ultimate goal, the right letter in the right space. But how did such a simple game go from 90 players to 300,000 players in just 3 months? To figure that out, I compared the Wordle craze to 2 other infamous hit toy products in the toy and entertainment industry. First, Silly Bandz and Pokemon Go. There's a Mewtwo in the other room. Before we dive into why all of these products were such hits, how about a brief overview of the 3 products we're going to compare today? Let's talk about when, why, and how these products were created and what seemingly caused them to go viral. First up, Wordle. Created by Josh Wardle, a software engineer in Brooklyn, NYC, he created the game, a play on his own last name, as a fun guessing game for he and his partner to play. Eventually, Josh's whole family got in on the fun, and pretty quickly, Wordle became an obsession in his family's WhatsApp group. On October 1st of 2021, Josh released Wordle to the public. It only had about 90 players at the time, but months later, more than 300,000 people were playing the game. Since Wordle limits players to 1 word per day, it creates a sense of scarcity and increases a desire for more without needing to beg users to come back like most games with phone notifications do. Furthermore, every player in the world plays the same word at the same time, building a sense of community and competition. The second game we're going to look at today is Pokemon Go, an AR game developed by Niantic Labs, released in July 2016. The game received 500 million downloads in the first year alone, but did you know that the idea of the Pokemon Go app first popped up when Google, as an April Fool's Day joke, announced a fictional product that involved catching Pokemon using Google Maps. This video was dramatic and hilarious and garnered interest with comments from fans that likely encouraged the company to move forward with their plans to develop the app, if that wasn't the plan all along. The last product we're going to talk about today, Silly Bandz. They were first sold in 2008 by BCP Imports LLC, a small company based in Ohio. At the time, the US was recovering from a recession, and that was the perfect timing for this low-cost trinket that created community with kids, had shareability, and edged on surprise. Soon, Silly Bandz' popularity got them banned from schools, and just as quickly as the phenomena set in, 6 months later, the fad vanished. So, why did all 3 of these toy and entertainment products go so viral so fast? Well, there are 3 toyetic traits that they each had. Toyetic trait number 1 that makes a hit game like this go viral is discoverability. So discoverability is the hunt and surprise aspect that all of these products executed beautifully. Wordle's discoverability happens when you put in your word guess for the day, because the speed and the manner in which those tiles flip over gives the user this rush of excitement. The fact that you only have 6 chances to feel the ultimate rush of all 5 letters flipping to green heightens the stakes and thus heightens the emotional response a user has when they actually guess a letter correctly and in the correct spot. Now for Pokemon Go, discoverability is the action of walking your real world to discover Pokemon in a virtual one. This physical world that you thought you knew everything about suddenly has a new layer to it. Now for Silly Bandz, the discoverability is in the shape of the bands themselves. Once they're on your wrist, the shape of the bands are imperceptible, but you, the user, can hold the sole knowledge of what animal, object, or fantasy creature each band on your wrist truly is. Do you think Wordle is going to be able to maintain its viral status, or is it just a fad? Let's move on to toyetic trait number 2 that all of these hit products had, visibility, aka influenceability. Say that 5 times fast. Influenceability, influenceability, influenceability. Influenceability or visibility refers to the ability that these products had to create a micro community of their users and aid their users in social climbing or increasing their own authority within that micro community. These play products allow users in their community to focus on just one thing, being the best. The very best. Whether that's catching Pokemon, having the best vocabulary, or having the most colorful and surprising shaped Silly Bandz. But what's really clever is the way that these brands create visibility and strengthen their community, their micro community, through creating an ease of toyetic trait number 3, shareability. Every single one of these play products had built-in features or were inherently easy to share the product with your friends. First, Wordle, I believe, executed this the absolute best with a built-in share button that lets you tell all your friends how smart you were by sharing how many guesses it took you to guess today's word correctly. I noticed a few podcast listeners sharing it on their Facebook pages. Then my other friends were posting it, but I had no idea what those little green and gray squares meant. Not until my fiance's cousin shared the game with him and he showed it to me. Then, light bulb moment. Those social shares were my friends climbing the ladder of authority in a world I knew nothing about, the Wordle world. Now in Pokemon, users would take photos of Pokemon they caught and organically share them with friends and family on and off social media, prompting friends and family to want to go to those same locations in the physical world to catch those Pokemon in a virtual world. Now, Silly Bandz being easy to put on your wrist, you could take them anywhere, so kids could carry and trade dozens and dozens of bands at a time. Easy shareability. Do you have a toy or game idea that you want to develop? Well, hold on. Before you do anything, I really want you to read this PDF guide. It is called The 10 Things You Need to Know Before You Develop Your Toy or Game Idea. The link is in the description below. And if you want to learn how to license that amazing idea of yours, be sure to subscribe and check out my video on how to get into any toy company to license your idea. Until next time, I'll see you later, toy people.